Yes guys, this video is a little bit different. I wanted to see if the Osmo Pocket is able to handle a commercial shoot. So what I've done, contacted a few coffee shops on Instagram, and I'm going to go and film one today to see if the Osmo Pocket can handle a commercial shoot basically. So we're going there. I'm not leaving everything behind because I'm not too confident that it can do. Lack of faith, I don't know. But we're going to go and see what it can do in the coffee shop, not too far from here, and yeah, should be interesting. Just been filming for the past hour. One thing I found really useful with the Osmo Pocket is the fact that you don't have to have a big gimbal in tight confined areas. Having the Osmo Pocket to film in the kitchen or behind the counter really comes in handy. It's using it to better shoot what you need to shoot. Can you remember which one's what? Can you remember? No?
No, I have no idea.
No idea.
Matcha, turmeric, I would say.
I'm guessing that's going to be turmeric, just because of the colour. So we're going to try it. They've just bought these out as complimentary drinks. It's quite turmeric-y. I'm guessing latte is when you mix it with milk. You can talk now.
Oh, can I talk?
You can talk.
Turmeric is really good for you. That's like one of the substances that actually fights cancer. Did you know that?
I did, yeah. I had turmeric earlier for breakfast.
This one's better, I'm sure.
It is good. Yeah. I've never had coffee in my life. So this is a whole new experience.
It's not coffee.
I know it's not coffee, but I mean just like being in a coffee shop and trying to film
Welcome to the club.
And trying to film in a coffee shop, that's a completely new environment for me. Downside of filming somewhere when you're hungry is that you have to have food as well. So gone for the vegan hot chicken burger. Not one for having vegan meals, but it looks good and it actually tastes pretty good. You want the food? In her defense, I think she just bit straight into a chili.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, so back home after a full day of filming. I was pleasantly surprised and also not surprised. Let me explain what I mean by that because I'm not quite sure myself. I actually wanted to title this video the DJI Ronin S versus the DJI Osmo Pocket because I wanted to see what it'd be like to do a commercial shoot just using the Osmo Pocket and then another one using the Ronin S on the Sony a7 III. And then compare the footage and see if you could get away with just using the Osmo Pocket for a commercial shoot. Everybody knows that I'm a big fan of the Osmo Pocket, but it does have its limitations. I'm not going to sit here and act like it doesn't, because I'm not sponsored by DJI, never have been, and if they don't get back to my emails, I never will be either. My dislikes about the Osmo Pocket are the reasons why I wouldn't go and leave the rest of my gear behind. So the first one is low light situations. In low light, the Osmo Pocket doesn't perform as well as a camera with a bigger sensor. So in low light, I find that the footage does become a bit noisy. So when I got there, I quickly realized that the lighting was poor in the kitchen, which would mean that the footage coming from the Osmo Pocket wouldn't be as crisp as I want it to be. Low light, I wouldn't trust the Osmo Pocket, especially if it's for footage that somebody's paying you for. The wedding that I filmed a few weeks ago, I wanted to use again the Osmo Pocket and film it and see what it would be like to use the Osmo Pocket to do a wedding. But the wedding was indoor, there was lots of artificial light, and I knew straight away that it wouldn't be a setting conducive to the Osmo Pocket. The second thing about the Osmo Pocket is the fact that you can't guarantee that all your shots are in focus. I mentioned previously about using single autofocus over continuous autofocus. So the second tip is using single autofocus, locking onto what your subject is, and then either walking away or walking to it and adjust it in post. But that way you're more likely to have your shot in focus more. But if you're doing footage, you want to make sure that it's in focus most of the time. I can't guarantee that with the Osmo Pocket. So again, if I'm trying to capture a moment, whether it's somebody making coffee, whether it's somebody cooking something, I want to make sure that it's in focus, and I can't guarantee it with the Osmo Pocket. And those two factors, low light capabilities, focus issues, are one of the reasons why I wouldn't solely leave the house with the Osmo Pocket to do a commercial shoot if I know somebody's paying for what I produce. The work that you produce is a testament for what you do. So ultimately you want to make sure that what you produce is the best of your abilities, and if you've got something that can do better, then do better. However, where this does come in handy, I mentioned it earlier in the video, where it comes in handy is the fact that if I'm working in tight confined areas and I want to be able to produce videos of quality, if the lighting is great, I know that this can produce some great footage. That, compared to using that, is a different ballgame. Knowing what you're shooting, where you're shooting, having this as an additional camera is a bonus. That is it from this video. It was a quick one, just to show that the Osmo Pocket can be used for commercial use. But is it the main camera? No, it's not the main camera. So, yeah, I really need an ending for my videos.
Sing your song.
Sing my song? What's my song?
This is the greatest show.
Oh no, that's not my song. That's Elijah and Crumpets. No, I was singing more along the lines of, don't worry, be happy, and if you can't be happy, don't worry. They're too deep. I will see you guys in the next one. We'll use one of them. If I gave you the Osmo Pocket and said to you, okay, you've got 5 minutes to go out and film the botanical gardens, and now I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to go out and film on my phone, and then challenge will be comparing the two and see which one looks better. Would you up for that? She's up for that? Okay, so my wife is up for the challenge. She's never used the Osmo Pocket before, she just said that. It will be a beginner on the Osmo Pocket. I'm not saying an expert by any means, let's go like a mid-novice on a phone, and we can compare if it's easy to use, and yeah, we'll see what happens. She's in?
I'm in.
She's in.